These are results of faith.
My depression started when I was young. My parents, growing up, my mom and my dad used to drink, and they used to beat on each other, and my mom was tiny. And I would protect my mom, because my mom was very small, 4'11". And every time my dad would hit my mom, I would kind of like protect my mom, so he would hit me too. I was in the gang growing up with my cousins, my older cousins. And I had all this anger in me. The second husband I married, he was abusive. I only lasted 4 years with him. He would abuse me, and when he started hitting me the first time, I cried. Once I got built real strong, I never cried. And the more he saw that I never cried, the more he just hit me and hit me and hit me. And I had pills for anxiety. The pills that I was taking, it made me more depression. It was not helping. It could go away, some of the stuff, but your heart was still there. If I felt like I was in a hole that nobody could hear me, because I couldn't sleep. My mind just go. I'm thinking. To me, I think I was just thinking how to commit another suicide. I had to take classes, like anger management classes, get to know, talk about my problems, what was my problem caused. My family would get on to me, especially my dad. Even my dad did not have rights to tell me what he told me. He had told me, it's a shame that you're a woman, you had all these men married, that looks bad. He was telling me that I was a bad lady. I got to know the Universal Church when I went second time back to Georgia. And that morning, I had to go to training early in the morning, Saturday morning. And my son had the TV turned off, but he had it in BET. And that's when I heard Bishop. Because I was going to the kitchen to go give him my coffee because the thing was making a sound. And that's when he was going, hey. So I stopped and I turned around, and that's when he said, if you go into depression, you have family curse. He knew whatever he was preaching that day, and that was March the 18th. It was on a Saturday. I remember when he was preaching that thing. And I started crying, and I said, oh my God, he knew exactly, like if he read the book about me. And I couldn't wait for Sunday to come because I needed that help. So I started following the chain of prayers, and I follow it through, and I give thanks to God, because without that pastor and the Holy Spirit talking through the pastor how to be in faith, because I went to church in the past, but not like this church. They helped me how to do faith. Every day he would see that I was changing, that I was becoming this. I was changing. My self-esteem was going back to the way I should be. No more upset, no more depression. But since I went to the church, and I understand the chain of prayers and the altar, that God is there. So I have a pact with God. The preachers, the university preachers, always talking about 100%. Me and God has this pact that I do 110. He gave me life. He gave me another chance to fight whatever I was going through. And I always pray and tell him, don't let me get away. Because if I get away, I know for sure I will die. But I have him in my heart. And that's why I would love to help anybody that is depressed. And I love the Holy Spirit, because it transformed me into a better person, that I can love myself. And I don't have that depression no more. I don't feel that urge to go drink. After receiving the Holy Spirit, after a while that I've been feeling so peaceful and calm, I had did a special prayer to my God, and I said, God, at the time when I turned 50, last year on my birthday, I said, God, I am not one of them persons that are going to go out and find somebody. I want you to find somebody that is for me, that would understand my situation, and that will love me and respect me. And that's when on January 3, that's when he proposed and told me that he wanted to get married with me. And it's like God is always guiding me now. There's no going back. It's going forward. And I would love to invite you to come to church, because I'm telling you that day when I went, and once the pastor talked to you, there's several pastors that can talk to you and follow the chain of prayers. It will help you. It's a process. It's a process step that you got to go through. But if you have faith and you want to come out like I overcome with all my situation, you can do it.